the formidable robot.
I don't remember when I first found channel 333. Hell, I can hardly even remember what I actually wanted to watch that night. It was just after midnight. You know, the kind of hour where you don't really feel tired, but also feel extremely tired at the exact same time. Yeah, it was around that time. I had the TV on mainly as background noise, trying to find something that could help me go to sleep at the very least. I just kept cycling through inaccessible cable channels, late night infomercials, and other guff that I couldn't give less of a shit about. And that's when I hit channel 333. The first thing that struck me right away was the 4:3 aspect ratio, which was odd, considering the fact that the other channels I had access to all ran on widescreen. The other thing of note was the seemingly deliberately dated look of everything, almost like it had been purposefully put through a VHS player. Centered on the screen was a logo, a wavy rendition of a human eye, and text in a handwritten font at the bottom, W-KYS 333. Underneath the logo was a slogan of sorts. Your new favorite television network. And underneath that was text that read, more of your new favorite programs in just a moment. All of it was framed against a grainy dark blue gradient background. The thing is, I thought I didn't have channel 333. I checked the guide a while ago, and it said the channels only went up to 299. And yet here it was, displayed the screen like it had always been there. I could hear music playing in the background, and I recognized instantly what song it was, Never Lost by C. Swinans. The reason I knew what the song was so quickly is because I grew up in a pretty religious family. My mom used to play it while cleaning the kitchen on Sunday mornings. I swear, that song's been burned into my subconscious from just how many damn times I've been forced to listen to it. Anyways, something about this channel just glued me in place. Whether it was curiosity, or something else, I don't know. But what I did know was that I wanted to stick around and see what would come next. The screen suddenly cut to black and went silent after a while. For a moment, I thought the signal had cut out. But then, the screen faded into a little white church in the middle of a sunlit field as soft music began to play. It was the kind of generic church that you'd see in a cartoon, tall steeple, wooden doors, stained glass windows, the works. The church looked a little familiar to me, but I couldn't place it. A woman's voice then spoke over the music as text appeared, showcasing the Bible verse she was reading.
The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately sick. Who can understand it? Jeremiah 17:9.
After that, the screen faded to a shot of the inside of the church, which was exactly as you might be picturing. Another verse faded in and was narrated.
If anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother, his wife and children, his brothers and sisters, yes, even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Luke 14:26.
The word hate was spoken harshly and loudly, almost as if the woman leaned in close to the microphone just to spit that word out. More images rolled by, city sidewalks, parks, neighborhoods, all filled with people, all slightly out of focus. The camera never seemed to settle on a particular face, but I swear every time the shot faded to a new one, more and more people were staring straight at me. The voice pressed on, reciting verse after verse for each new image, getting harsher and harsher with each and every verse.
The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray from birth, speaking lies. Psalm 58:3. There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death. Proverbs 14:12. All of us have become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous acts are like filthy rags. We all shrivel up like a leaf, and like the wind, our sins sweep us away. Isaiah 64:6. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 6:12. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. John 15:18-19.
Suddenly the screen cut to black again. For a moment, I thought I heard whispering, hundreds of voices all saying different things all at once. But before I could make sense of it, the title card returned. Only this time, it was a bit different. For one thing, the background was a dark red gradient this time instead of dark blue. Next, the screen itself was a lot more jittery, jumpy and wavy, as though the signal was getting distorted or something along those lines. I've never claimed to be a television expert. At least I could make out the alternate text at the bottom of the screen. More of your new favorite programs right now. I thought I saw the letters glitch for a split second, flashing something else, but the only word I could fully make out was blonde, and that's about it. It was something like Y, blonde, SDCLD. But that wasn't the thing I was focused most on. The thing I was focused on most was that the music was heavily altered, way louder, much more higher pitched than normal, and shoved into the right speaker for some fucking reason. I already hated this song to begin with, but listening to it all distorted like that made me want to single-handedly rip my goddamn ears off. Thankfully I wouldn't have to listen to that wretched song for much longer. The red title card flickered away, and the music stopped. For a while, it was just silence. Sweet blissful silence. Suddenly the screen burst into color, the picture becoming slightly clearer. What played this time looked like a sort of knockoff of Sesame Street that just had a bit more effort put into it than most. The set was a cardboard neighborhood painted in pastels, cotton ball clouds dangling from strings taped to the sky backdrop. A title then popped up into the frame in yellow balloony text, Friendly Folks Forever. A subtitle then appeared under the main title in white cursive font, in Feelings. The text faded away, and a man wearing a turtleneck and rainbow suspenders stepped into frame, waving to the camera. The music went all jaunty as he walked through the neighborhood in an exaggerated manner, until he stopped once he got close to the camera. He knelt down to stare directly at the screen and waved again.
Hey friends,
chirped the man, his voice in that same sickly sweet cadence you hear in shows like Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer.
My name is Mr. Smile Bright. It's very nice to meet you.
Beside him, a floppy dog puppet, that is to say, a sock painted brown with black construction paper ears and googly eyes glued onto it, emerged from a painted window. The dog barked.
Waff, and I'm Barksy. Waff waff.
From the other side, a bird puppet, that is a small yellow ball of string with orange felt wings and tiny black beads for eyes glued on, popped up from another painted window. The bird spoke calmly, almost hypnotically soft.
And I'm Tweeterton.
Mr. Smile Bright clapped his hands together, the sound unnaturally sharp in the almost empty set.
Today, friends, we're going to teach you something very important.
His eyes flickered strangely, almost like they weren't quite human as he smiled. Mr. Smile Bright stood up.
So can anybody tell me, how do people tend to make you feel?
He began with an exaggerated smile.
They could make you happy.
He then followed up with a slump, speaking in a somber tone.
Or they could make you sad.
He hopped in the air, his voice going loud again.
They could make you giddy.
He then stomped his foot, crossing his arms in a huff.
Or they could make you mad.
He sighed, looking downcast.
Some are sweet, and some are nice. But most are mean, and cruel, and very, very bad. But why are they so mean and cruel and bad? Does anyone know?
A moment of silence dragged on for a while, as if he was actually expecting an answer. Barksy suddenly yelped eagerly.
Yip yip. Because they lie.
Tweeterton responded in kind.
Because they're fake. They're deceivers.
Mr. Smile Bright clapped his hands in applause.
That's right. People like to lie all the time. They hurt, they cheat, they belittle, they tease. Everyone's so mean to each other, even when they pretend not to be. That's not very nice at all, is it?
He leaned in closer to the camera.
And that's why we have to be honest with ourselves, boys and girls. We know the truth deep down, don't we? Most people aren't nice at all. They may pretend to be, but inside, they're rotten.
Barksy barked again gleefully.
Bark, bark. Rotten, rotten, rotten.
Tweeted and cooed.
Hate is honest. Hate is true. Hate is what makes us. Hate is you.
Mr. Smile Bright stepped back, arms wide in a mock embrace.
So remember, friends, it's okay to feel how people make you feel, not how they want you to feel. Sometimes it's not love we should have for them. It's understanding. Understanding the truth about what they really are.
I could feel it before I even realized it. The words lodged in my chest like cold little knives, each one pressing me closer to the truth. The truth. I was so stupid before I learned the truth, wasn't I? Everything's all flooding back to me now. I remember why I hated my life, even as a kid. My parents were fucking awful. They never gave a single shit about how I felt. Every Sunday evening, they would take me out to this church, and the priest would stand at the altar and drone on and on about forgiveness and love, like they thought repetition could scrub the madness right out of people. But it never ever worked. Not for them, and especially not for me. I also remember the way they basically laughed at me when I tried to talk about how scared or sad I felt. When I thought I saw a monster under the bed, or in the closet, they just laughed it off. "Oh sweetie," Mug would say. "You shouldn't believe in such things, they're not real." How fucking dare they? How dare they not think of the thoughts and feelings of a goddamn child? And now, sitting there, staring at the TV, hearing the words being spoken to me, I finally realized the truth. Humanity is a failure, a lousy joke of an experiment that, truth be told, had a good run at first. We invented medicine, we cured diseases, we invented the art of communication. But all of that effort, all of it, was wasted because at the end of the day, deep down in our core, we are just flat out awful. We are a disgrace to the planet we don't deserve to even set foot on. I wish I could take my own life right here and now to make it up to the world, but I can't. I shouldn't. I won't. Not when I have more shows to watch from my new favorite television network. I'll keep watching. Learn from their example. I know you'll hate me for the things I'll end up doing, but that's okay. I hate you too, for the things you already do.